Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you're the kind of focused learner who loves pulling back the curtain on the digital world, well, you're in exactly the right place today. We're going to take a completely fresh look at something you've probably seen hundreds, maybe even thousands of times. We are doing a full forensic deep dive into the single most universally recognized digital waiting room on the entire internet. Basically, we're breaking down the hidden architecture of a 5-second pause. Okay, let's dive into this. Just a moment. 3 little words. It's this universally familiar and, yes, slightly frustrating phrase that literally halts us all right in our tracks. You click a link you're totally expecting to see an article or a shop, and bam, the screen goes white and this pops up. But what is actually happening during this moment? I mean, it's not a broken link or a glitch. It is a highly active, sophisticated barrier. Which brings us to Section 1, the security pause. We really need to completely reframe how we think about the screen. This brief, mandatory internet roadblock, it's not just an annoyance, it's a high-stakes, exclusive digital security checkpoint standing right between you and the information you requested. To ground our breakdown today, let's look at our specific destination, python.plainenglish.io. That's the promised land we're actively trying to reach right behind the wall. We've knocked on the door, but before it actually opens, the system absolutely has to check our credentials. Let's see how this builds. There's a highly structured 3-part micronarrative playing out in the background, usually in literally just a few seconds. First, you get the tension. Performing security verification. You are being actively scrutinized. Then, the relief. Verification successful. Phew, you passed! And finally, anticipation. Waiting for python.plainenglish.io to respond. The gate lifts, and you're ushered right through. It's a whole 3-act play happening in the blink of an eye. Moving on to Section 2, blocking malicious bots. Every great security system obviously needs a reason to exist, right? If there's a checkpoint, there's a threat. The system explicitly tells us this website uses a security service to protect against malicious bots. It isn't pausing you just to ruin your day. It's an active shield. The internet is constantly being scanned and attacked by automated scripts, so this holding page is basically a deployed shield wall, ensuring the site doesn't just get completely overwhelmed by invisible threats. This sets up a really stark contrast. On the left side, you've got the unseen, malicious, automated threat. And on the right side, well, that's you, the verified human user. The entire purpose of this specific pause is to act as a hyper-fast sorting mechanism to figure out exactly which one of these categories you belong to. So by definition, security verification is the process displayed while the website actively confirms you are not a malicious bot. The logic here is just fascinating to me. This 5-second window isn't dead time. It's the literal testing ground where your humanity is being mathematically proven to a server. You are literally guilty of being a bot until proven human, which, is kind of ironic given a machine is the one judging you. Let's look at Section 3, JavaScript and cookies required. If this whole thing is a test, how exactly do you prove you're not a bot? When you're just sitting there staring at that screen, what actual digital artifacts do you have to present to pass this silent checkpoint? I mean, it's not asking for your driver's license, but it is asking for something incredibly specific from your web browser. So the crucial point is, the required technical credentials are enabled JavaScript and enabled cookies. But why? Well, because malicious scraping bots are usually these super cheap, headless scripts designed purely for speed. They don't waste computing power rendering JavaScript, and bots notoriously do not eat cookies. By forcing your browser to execute this complex little puzzle in the background, all the fakes get filtered out. These are your modern digital passports. The system actually warns you, enable JavaScript and cookies to continue. Just a quick reminder, without presenting these 2 very specific credentials, your journey ends right there. No exceptions. The checkpoint will simply not clear you. Your browser is either going to loop endlessly or you'll be completely rejected. You literally have to play by the rules to get inside. All right, Section 4, decoding the Ray ID. Now, what's really interesting about this is the specific string of characters you'll sometimes see, like A0F to C7 to C, A14B99. This isn't just random background noise. It's explicitly generated right there during the verification process. It's sitting under the hood of your momentary pause, uniquely stamped for that exact fraction of a second, almost like a forensic fingerprint left at a crime scene. So, you really have to ask, What on earth is Array ID? What does this massive, mysterious alphanumeric string actually represent in the grand scheme of this checkpoint? Why does the system even bother to show it to us? Basically, Array ID is a totally unique alphanumeric tag assigned to your specific verification session. Think of it as the literal digital receipt of your successful passage through the checkpoint. If something goes totally wrong, or if you get falsely identified as a bot, this ID is the exact tracking number network admins use to look up your interaction. It is undeniable proof that you were there being evaluated at that exact millisecond. And this brilliantly illustrates the overarching architecture of the web today. The text says Performance and Security by Cloudflare. This is the huge reveal. It's not the destination website running this insanely complex background check, it's Cloudflare. They are this massive, invisible security infrastructure standing in front of millions of websites running these microscopic interrogations all day, every day, just to keep the internet functioning. Which really leaves us with one final major thought. When we look at the whole picture, the background verification, the bot filtering, the JavaScript demands, and those unique Array IDs, is this brief, mandatory 5-second pause the ultimate price we pay for a secure internet? I mean, the next time you're halted by that simple phrase, just a moment, you're going to know exactly what kind of high-speed digital forensic investigation is happening right beneath the surface. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep your curiosity sharp, and I'll see you all next time.